So hello and welcome to today's video, where today I'm going to show you a completely deleted minigame from Bully called BMX Rumble. Now this activity is completely unplayable and you'll soon see why. Anyway, this still exists in the game's files and it's called BMX_Rumble and can be replaced with arcrace1.lur so we can actually play it. Now upon starting this activity, this happens. I'll also put subtitles because this can be harder to read on smaller screens.
Gotta watch out for that.
And Jimmy just falls endlessly to his death, causing a softlock. So this minigame appears to be inspired by Bait, you know, where you'd sort of be up against various characters and you'd have to be the last man standing. Now the 6 characters you'd be up against here are Vance, Norton, Jerry, Peanut, Lefty and Henry, and for some reason Gurney is stationed all the way up here. Now I've tried using the no-clip mod to stop Jimmy dying near instantly, but the best I got was managing to just about no-clip before death, but everybody here is completely invincible. I can hit them but I cannot hurt them. I've also tried using the boss's no-clip mod with rubber bands, but that still didn't do anything. It seems like the game just bugs out instantly because Jimmy gets knocked out during the cutscene. I also noticed on the radar it says we're in Blue Sky's Industrial Park, which definitely confirms this is not an interior, because Bully's interiors are stationed far away from the main map itself, not like say GTA San Andreas where the interiors are high in the sky. So I tried one last thing to see if I can get this activity working, which was to use the super mod, and as soon as I spawn, instantly teleport to Blue Skies. And after trying this, it sort of works. And I say sort of. I didn't die instantly, but the minigame itself still hasn't started properly either. But the good news is, the other enemies are on ground level, but the spawns here are incredibly awkward. Because Vance and Jerry spawn inside the buildings, and Norton spawns inside Zoe's back garden, but I can still knock everybody out as normal. So it seems like everybody just normally spawns in pink water, which would explain why they don't get hurt. I also noticed for some reason Jerry has the jocks theme when attacking. Now maybe the others did too, but because I changed my skin to Zoe, the police spawn constantly to bust the other enemies when they attack me, so I was unable to actually hear the themes. Which is also a bit weird because we can actually clearly hear the original theme Rockstar had planned for this minigame, so it seems a bit strange to have the jocks theme just mashed in there. Now I also find it very strange as to why the spawns here are so messed up. The only thing I can think of for this could be that this was one of Bully's earliest created minigames and it was cut very early on. Probably that early, this was when Blue Skies as a whole was completely different, which actually does make sense as to why there's no audio files or animations for Gurney, alongside the very awkward placing of the enemies, and of course why they don't actually attack or, well, really do anything. Well, they don't attack on the bike, but they attack with the pipe off the bike, if that makes sense. Now to knock certain people out, I did have to use Supermod's Moonjump exploit to jump into the buildings, which is where you equip the skateboard, disable gravity, change character, disable gravity, and obviously enable infinite health. Now sadly knocking everybody else out did not progress the game. The counter firmly stays at 6 out of 6 enemies remaining. So my best bet is this is one of Bully's earliest cut minigames and was just never completed. So this part is why I re-uploaded the video, because initially I said I couldn't find any other remaining files. Now this actually turned out to be false, as shortly after the original video went live I actually found a bit more information and I need to add this in, which is why I removed the original video. Okay, so there is one other file left over in the trigger image for this minigame, and opening this file actually gives us a lot more information. First of all, we can actually see why the game spawns us over pink water, because the script loads up area code 62, while the coordinates are actually for the regular world. And if you're wondering, area code 62 is actually for the BMX park, which actually makes a lot of sense as to why this minigame is riding around smacking people with bats, because that's basically what happens in Bait near enough. Now secondly, which is much more interesting, there was either a second BMX park or a very early scrapped version located in Blue Sky's Industrial Park. Now if we actually use a mod to open this door and enter it, we can see that Jimmy will spawn over pink water and die instantly. Though if we use a no-clip mod and turn around, we can actually see the new Coventry BMX park instead. So it's possible that Blue Sky's Industrial actually had a BMX park initially, or this might be where the original minigame took place, which actually does make sense given the towny presence. Or it could mean that at one point it did take place inside an interior, but was then changed to the outside, but the script's code wasn't changed, which actually makes sense as to why it was scrapped. and that explains why we spawn perfectly in Blue Skies Industrial while also falling into the unloaded void. Also, another change here hints that Gurney might have been a placeholder character for this activity, as in the same file it doesn't say Gurney, but rather BMX_CS_dude, and given the fact it says CS definitely implies there was an actual cutscene planned for this minigame, so rather than just Jimmy turning up, there probably would have been an interaction between Jimmy and this completely deleted BMX dude, or whatever his name was, obviously it's unknown, and the cutscene probably would have ended with Jimmy deciding he wants in on the fight. Now, weirdly though, there are no subtitles left over, so the subtitles we saw earlier are actually hard-coded into the script itself, which is something we usually see with script mods. Also, just looking at the file itself, the minigame is absolutely nowhere near complete because according to the files, only about 4 enemies actually had their paths done, which if you don't know what that means, it basically means the sort of where they'd go on the bikes and that, you know. So yeah, apparently according to the script, only about 4 of them actually had their scripts done, which actually makes a bit of sense as in the video yourself you might have seen Lefty attack me, while like Norton and nobody else really did. I think in this video Lefty and Henry did, but no one else did. I don't know who the other 2 were, might have been Vance and Jerry, but they're stuck in building, so yeah, we don't know. So who knows what else this minigame would have contained. Maybe it had more levels or more enemies, or I don't know, would have gotten harder as you won. I really can't say. But sadly that's all we know of BMX Rumble. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed and thank you for watching.